What does it take to make progress on gender diversity? It's a good question because it's so slow. I've always believed you can only make progress with it if it's done by both genders. So both genders have to work on it. And so everything we do at Rise is backed by men and women because nothing will change if you don't do that. And I think it's everybody has to play a role in it. And, we have conversations with some women that say, I've done all right. I don't need to do this. And that's just wrong. Everyone needs to take part. Yeah. So Rise Women in Broadcast was founded in 2017. And with the same we're doing with Rise AV, we started off with a mentoring program. We've mentored over 1,000 women now for the other Rise. And we've built a series of other programs. So we do a C-suite program. We do a program called Strive to Rise, where companies can be accredited on their gender diversity programs and their policies. We do a massive award ceremony, which takes place every year. And we do other separate programs, like one called Panel Plus, which is where men are pledged to not be on a panel if it's only men on it. So we're taking all of this that we've built already, bringing it into the AV industry, but starting off with a mentoring program first, because it's a real tangible thing where people will notice and they will make a difference. And 25 women will be mentored. So there's 3 main parts to the Rise mentoring program. And it's always been, we do develop it and refine it. But part 1 is 6 months of mentoring with your mentor. So we match people very carefully. And your mentor can be male or female, it's up to you. And the mentors have to agree to do 1 hour a month for 6 months. Typically, they tend up doing a lot more than that, and they typically end up not actually just doing it for 6 months, but forever. So that's part 1. Part 2 is where all the mentees meet up. And as part of that, so they meet monthly, and they all have to present on their part, that their career or something about their job. What does that do? It enables everyone to learn to present in a trusted environment, which is really important, because for women to progress through their career, they will have to start presenting at some point. Doesn't mean on stage in front of thousands, but at least in meetings and events. But also enables everyone from different parts of the industry to learn about different things and different jobs within the industry. So that's the second part. And then the third part is a series of lots of separate events. So we do a session on branding, like your own brand. We do LinkedIn training. We do career accelerator training. And we do, we get the mentees passes to events that they wouldn't normally be able to go to for free.
We spent a lot of time trying to find an advisory board of, the sort of the leaders of the industry, a very diverse mix of men and women. We've been working with them to actually create an AV program. If you're coming into this industry, one of the hardest things is actually, what is AV? There's a different definition for every, if you're a manufacturer in audio to a manufacturer in video, your definition of AV is completely different. So actually, it's okay, what is AV and what is AV to different people? And then it's okay, what is the structure of the AV industry? It's not just the channel, but actually, how is IT influencing us? How is UC influencing? How does live and experiential come into all this? And then it's like, what are the needs? Because, if you're a manufacturer, you don't know the needs of an integrator because you might not be working directly with them, especially in the first 5 years of your career. So, and actually, one of the most important things is actually, what are we working towards? Like, what is happening? What are we selling? What is happening at the end? And what is our goal? And it's actually it's to create experiences within end user businesses, whether that be a university or in a meeting environment. So we want to get end users involved as well. They're kind of doing a day in the life. This is what we do. So people can see from the entire supply chain that, this is what we're all working towards. And I know as a woman that came into the AV industry 20 years ago that it probably took me about 10 years to learn all that. So, you know, the first, you know, if you can get that nailed in the first couple of months or the first few years of your career, then, you know, you're set up for success. AV is, there's two ways of looking at it. It's very, very siloed, but at the same time, it's very, very global. You know, and actually we need to break down those silos, and actually everything is very international. So what Sadie's done really well in the broadcast world is she's developed different global programs in different regions around the world. So that is an ambition of ours to do in the future. But separately to that, it's not just the sort of mentoring program as she mentioned. You know, there's sort of, you know, the mid-level management, the mid-level sort of women that, you know, want to sort of move up into senior management, or, you know, the sort of, you know, leaders that want to kind of go into C-suite. And, you know, everyone needs to learn, you know, leadership skills or communication skills. Like, you know, no matter what age you are, how long you've been in the industry, we can always learn. So there's that we're looking at doing. But something that I feel really passionate about, is something I really want to bring into the industry, is the Rise AV Academy. And that this is what they're doing in the broadcast world. But, you know, a real problem in our industry is the skills shortage. We've got no career path coming into this industry. And actually, if we want to solve the problem of gender diversity, or, you know, we want to protect our industry from being swallowed up by the IT world, then, you know, we need to be generating, you know, awareness of what AV is within, you know, primary and secondary education. You know, people need to be going, you know what, wow, look how cool AV is. We would love to come into that. Yeah. So we want to start developing workshops and working with, you know, students at various ages, so that, you know, one day they're going to be going, you know what, I want to go into AV. It's a really cool industry, and everyone needs to know that.
Look, I think the backlash against the DEI programs is coming from somebody who likes to talk a lot, and he's either a PR dream or he's a PR nightmare, and I'm not sure which one of those, you know. So look, he's got a voice. He's got a big voice. He's said something. Is it changing the way people feel? No, because it's come from Trump, and I think. Generally, is there a backlash against? No, I think people are still investing in it, and they're still doing it, and companies are so much more attractive to work for if you are part of a DEI program. And look, Rise is just looking at gender diversity. There's so many other things that you need to be looking at, you know, socioeconomic diversity, race, all these things. And we're just looking at one, and I think, you know, we have less than 2% female CEOs in the AV industry. That is wrong, you know. And like the really smart people at the big analyst firms then have proven that companies are more profitable with a diverse board or diverse workforce. And so, you know, things have got to change. So, you know, we're going to keep going. Yeah, I mean, look, how people can get involved. So firstly, you can sign up on our website to become a member, which is free, which is rise-av.com. You can register on there to become a mentee. We'll be doing the full applications for that shortly. And you can register to be a mentor. I will say, we can't make any of this happen if we don't have any money. Because people need to get paid, and they should get paid. So, and that's just to run it. So we have an excellent mentoring manager, and we need some money to make it work. So contact Rachael.
Yeah, come and contact me. But I think the thing to say is, you know, we're not making any money out of this. We are literally putting every single penny back into this. Sadie has never taken a penny from any of the Rise broadcast stuff. She's got a nice big non-exec board, and everything's all accountable, and everything's brilliant. We're bringing exactly the same thing into the industry. You know, it's not a lot of money. You know, God, you probably can't even get a display or a microphone for the price of what a sponsorship is to support this. So, you know, if you want to have an improved skilled workforce and you want more women in your business, then, you know, give us a little money. We just need a bit. But we are looking at other revenue streams, and we're open to listening about other revenue streams as well. And we've got a great advisory board with some end users, with consultants, with integrators. They've come up with some great suggestions because they are in the industry. So if anyone has any ideas, then we are open to it. You know, feedback is much welcome.